What's going on, everybody? This is your San Francisco 49ers post-game / LA Rams pregame.
I can't.
Web. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
Oh, Bill Gates, come on. Can you see me?
Now I can.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Take two, because, Bill Gates doing Bill Gates things. This is our San Francisco versus Walmart Generals post-game / LA Rams versus Walmart Generals pregame. We have a lot to get into. The Broncos just had their joint practices. They just wrapped up their joint practices with the Rams. In the first one, they got absolutely manhandled. In the second one, they also got manhandled. And we also saw Jerry Jeudy getting injured, carted off the field. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like, when will you guys fucking learn? When will you guys fucking learn? Jerry Jeudy sucks, all right? When he's on the field, he's not doing anything, all right? And you Bronco fans want to make excuses? I'm talking to you guys. You guys want to make excuses before the season starts on why you're going to suck next year? Because you guys know you're going to suck. We know you're going to suck. The rest of the NFL knows you're going to suck. It's not going to be because Jerry Jeudy's hurt. It's not going to be because Tim Patrick is hurt. You could put those two on the field right now. It wouldn't make a damn difference in your fucking season next year. Your guys are going to be bad because your offensive line sucks. Your defensive line sucks. Your inside linebacking unit sucks. Your safeties suck. Your front office sucks. Your scouting department sucks. Also, injuries. Yeah, injuries happen to every team. Newsflash. The Denver Broncos aren't the only team to have injuries. Didn't the Bengals lose Joe Burrow to a calf injury? Do you hear them making excuses? No. But the Bronco fans are already making those excuses. It doesn't matter. You can have the Broncos roster at 100% week in and week out. They're still going to suck. You know why? Because your team is not built like a winning football team. You build from the inside and out, not targeting Jonathan Taylor for a trade. Don't you already have 3 running backs on your roster? Don't you already have Javonte Williams? Don't you already have Penrine? Don't you already have McLaughlin, who's up-and-coming running back? Don't you already have 3 running backs? Didn't you guys also have too many cooks in the kitchen last year at running back? But you guys want to be... I wouldn't be surprised if this team trades their first-round pick for Jonathan Taylor next year, because that's what they fucking do. Splash move, splash move, splash move. Okay? When are we going to make a splash move trade to get a fucking right tackle worth a fuck? When are we going to make a splash trade to get a center who's worth a fuck? When are we going to make a trade to make a big move for a left tackle who's worth a fuck? Because newsflash, Garrett Bowles fucking sucks.
So, I just want to talk about this Jerry Jeudy thing because I know there's Bronco fans out here. I mean, my fucking, my God, I just, the excuse making for these injuries is absurd and insane in my opinion, because even if those people and or players were on the field, it wouldn't have made a difference. And you know what? I think it's going to get worse, because here's why. Even if your receivers do get open, you still have a quarterback that doesn't throw to them. You still have a quarterback that holds on to the ball too long. You still have a quarterback that doesn't throw to open receivers in the middle of the field, which I explained in my 40 fucking minute video that I did on the film breakdown, and what this man provided as well on his channel, Mile High Bubble. Yet you guys want to make excuses for Jerry Jeudy like he is a Jerry Rice or Rod Smith-esque player. He sucks. He sucks. He is not on that level. And you guys have been saying that he's the second coming of the great receiver in the NFL for 4 years. I mean, CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson are better players than he is. Chase Claypool has had a better year than Jerry Jeudy. I mean, the guy sucks. He absolutely fucking sucks. I mean, you could bring up, he had a great last 4 games of the season. You know what? That didn't equate to shit. You didn't win those games. You didn't win those games. And then I have Denver Broncos syndicate.
Oh man. The one who's allowed at camp though. Like, why is he allowed at training camp? Oh man.
Reputable.
Oh, hey, Broncos syndicate. How's that holding on Jerry Jeudy looking? Huh? Yeah, I thought there was holding on Jerry Jeudy. Where was the holding at? Did it look like an overthrow to me? Because it sure the fuck looked like it to me. Because like you said, Russell Wilson sucks.
He sucks.
I can't defend Russell.
Dude, I got so much hate on my film breakdown that I had to remove comments for stupidity, and there was a reason why. Because, you don't find anything that's good. I've seen the same fucking shit for 8 years.
Played the whole drive. What's their good?
He sucks.
You're going to tell me it's good that Russell Wilson runs for 10, 11 yards?
Lasts for 17 games.
When he had a fucking wide open tight end right in front of his face. Granted, was the pocket breaking down? Yes, but any NFL quarterback would have saw that long before the pocket broke down.
Dude, I have Denver Broncos syndicate opening up his video about Jonathan Taylor, a reputable, whatever the fuck the word is, an NFL insider saying that, man, with the Broncos, you know who that great insider is? Cecil Lammey. I mean, why in the fuck are you taking what Cecil Lammey says to heart when he's been rough for 8 years? Number one. Number two, he's a fucking Steeler fan to heart. I trust
Sushi more than I trust Cecil Lammey.
He looks like a fucking alien out there. He looks like an alien. Dude, people are freaked out by that individual.
Yep.
He looks like a fucking alien. And man. Jonathan Taylor. How is Jonathan Taylor going to equate to winning? How is Jonathan Taylor going to equate to great player personnel? To me, what that signals, you wanted to go get Josh Jacobs, you wanted to go get Dalvin Cook, and now you want to go get Jonathan Taylor. Those three players signify to me, number one, their names. Number two, you've given up on Javonte Williams. Number three, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing, Denver. Jonathan Taylor's no Alvin Kamara. Are you Denver Broncos syndicate? You really going to sit there and compare this guy to Alvin Kamara-esque? I mean, okay, this isn't Madden 24. This is the NFL. This is real life football. And you know what? What I think is going to happen this year is you're going to have teams like the Denver Broncos who are into PR, all the bullshit, and then you're going to have the teams that aren't into the splash moves. They're going to separate from those type of teams like we've seen for 8 years. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Bengals, all those teams are into PR. Okay? So Jonathan Taylor, your 53-man roster sucks, by the way. I mean, we don't even have a legit 53-man roster. Yeah, you have Caden Stearns. You have Baron Browning, who I like, but is a better inside linebacker. You have Zach Allen. You have pieces, but I mean, that's only a handful of pieces. You need a 53-man roster, plus practice squad players, plus depth, which is
Zach Allen apparently wasn't looking that great against the Rams. Wow, shocker when he's not going up against the Denver Broncos offensive line. Oh, and the Broncos' top 5 defense got torched both days of practice.
They got torched in both games.
Did you see how easily the 49ers starting offense went right down the field? Does that look like a top 5 defense to you?
See how easy the third stringers went down on the field to win the game yet again?
Yet again, lost it the same way. Lost it the same way you lost to the Ravens.
That's what we've resulted to. I mean, we have fans that are panicking over it. You guys wanted to get rid of the last training staff, the nutritionists. You guys wanted to get rid of them. Yet again, you're having injuries yet again. You got this fan base, and I'm not saying everybody in the fan base, but a majority of this fan base in Denver runs out coaches, runs out a lot of people that don't deserve to be ran out. Okay? You're going to sit there, oh, man, it's different this time because we got Sean Payton. Okay? I mean, keep telling yourself that, and then he will probably retire and or you will run him out of town, just like you're going to do with Wilson, just like you're doing right now with George Payton, because this is all George Payton's fault when Sean Payton spilled the beans and said that John Elway's still in that organization. But I mean, we're the conspiracy theorists when we're the ones saying that. That's what Sean Payton said. So,
yep. I mean, we're going off of what we can hear and see, and what we can hear and see is we can hear Sean Payton spilling the beans. We can see the draft picks that they made, which didn't mean shit because your roster sucks. Honestly, Marvin Mims was wide open, and you decided you wanted to overthrow Jerry Jeudy, who was in double coverage the whole way. Who was in double coverage the entire way. Should have never. So it's 3rd and 7, right? You're talking about a 10-year veteran, a 10-year pro, and this guy doesn't have the IQ to throw the ball to the open receiver for the first down and keep the drive alive because he wants to throw the deep ball. He wants to go bombs away. He probably didn't even look at Marvin Mims because he knew pre-snap he was going to Jerry Jeudy.
dude, right now, when the backups and third stringers, that is a completely different offense than when the first stringers are in.
Yep,
when
Stidham was in the game, it looked like a Sean Payton-esque offense.
Yes, it did. Quick throws,
Oh,
running the football.
Who pulled the plug on Russell Wilson early, too? Because he wanted who to get reps with the ones? Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton's seeing exactly what you're seeing. I think he's seeing what I'm seeing. And I think there's going to be a lot of this.
I don't think it's going to mean a damn thing. I mean, you're stuck with Russell Wilson. His dead cap hit, man, is like close to $90 million.
You're right. The Broncos are at a point to where,
oh man,
they're either going to have to stick with Russell Wilson and rebuild from the inside out. But now you can't even use free agency because you can't add other people.
Fuck up in free agency.
So even if you do. You keep Russ, you can't do anything in free agency. You get rid of Russ, you can't do anything in free agency.
You're
fucked in free agency because you obviously can't fucking draft correctly. So you're gonna have to rely on the draft.
It's not just Russell Wilson's contract. It's Mike McGlinchey's contract.
Justin Simmons, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick. Has Tim Patrick played a snap under his new deal? He hasn't played a single snap under that deal.
Correct.
Cortland Sutton hasn't done shit since he signed his new deal.
Sucked. He hasn't done shit since Emmanuel Sanders has been here.
Since Emmanuel Sanders and him got in a fight.
Why do you think Emmanuel Sanders was ran out of town? Because he held Cortland Sutton accountable.
Yep. Von Miller ran out of town because he held Elway and the organization accountable.
Dude, Rich Gangrilo.
Akeem Talib, same thing, held them accountable.
TJ Ward.
You think DeMarcus Ware would have retired as early as he did had he not been with the Walmart Generals? No. DeMarcus Ware had gas in the tank.
Would have retired if he wasn't getting killed left and right at the end of 2014, 2015. I mean, come on. No, he would have probably played till he was in the 40s like Brady did. If he was behind a competent O-line and a competent organization.
The Denver Broncos got him killed.
We haven't had a good line since Josh McDaniels.
We haven't had a good line. I miss the days of the 2011 season where we actually had competent offensive line who could run block, who could pass block. The Broncos offensive line in 2011 may have been the best unit in the NFL at the time.
Dude, Ryan Clady, Zane Beatles, J.D. Walton, guys like that,
Orlando.
Again, it's just the same old fucking shit. And I'm going to tell you something right now, Bronco fans. You want to fucking, pound on your chest like you're better than the Commanders and the Raiders first 2 games of the year, like those are going to be cakewalks. All right. I mean, what I've seen from the Raiders and what I've seen, dude, that D-line is going to kick our – dude, I think the Raiders are gearing up to kick our ass.
The Raiders are gearing up for week 1 for sure. They're not
that Raiders D-line is going to fucking own our O-line. Oh, God.
The Raiders are going to put a smackdown on the Broncos. They are going to fuck – I changed my pick for that game. I don't know why in the first place.
Well, you're a Raiders fan if you do that, so.
Oh, I'm changing my pick based off of what I see on the fucking field.
Okay? What I see on film.
I did my way too early picks. Now that I've seen some context, I'm going to make a new schedule prediction because I don't see this team beating the Raiders. I don't see this team beating the Commanders. There's not a team on the schedule I see them beating comfortably at all. You guys are going to win a couple games this year because of what the other team doesn't do, not because of what
Chargers.
Remember that, not because of what you did, because of what the other team did. So when players are slipping on the grass and you score touchdowns by accident, like the Chargers in week 8, you guys should have fucking lost that game. Blown coverages, the defender slips on the grass, leaves Cortland Sutton wide open. You guys should have lost. You guys got swept by your division last year. Period. I don't give a fuck about what happened in week 18.
This team sucks.
This team is not going anywhere. And you guys are building excuses because you're in panic mode. Week 1's right around the corner.
Dude, they're in full panic mode. Now they're saying that, we're going to win 7 games now.
Win 7 games. You guys will be lucky to win 7 games. They're just moving that goalpost. They're just moving. And then there's this page on Instagram, on Twitter called Broncos 365. And they're like, oh, this is what happens when you have Band-Aid fixes on your team. I was like, oh, really? I'm like, weren't you the same page who was telling me how great Russ is going to be next year? Weren't you the same page who was going to tell me that the offense is going to be potent next year under Sean Payton? Sean Payton is here for a check, and he's just looking for the first exit out of here. Sean Payton does not give a fuck.
He's a byproduct of the Saints organization.
Yep. And it's interesting because I think when Sean Payton pulled Russ out, I think he had enough. I think Sean Payton, I think Russ is going to get benched at some point this year.
I have, and this is what really grinds my gears. I have Frank Clark on. I have Frank Clark in the preseason game against the backups for the 49ers, raising his fist when the running back is still, oh my God. That's the type of shit that we're into now. That's the type of players that we want in Denver, are players that give up, raise their fist, look at the fucking opponent's sideline and talk shit while his opponents are trying to bring down the running back.
Was Frank Clark doing that in Kansas City?
No, he sucks.
Where do you think he learns that culture from?
And why do you think Kansas City got rid of him? He benefited from guys like Chris Jones. He benefited from the Kansas City Chiefs pipeline.
And the Seattle Seahawks. Yep. He benefited from the Seahawks as well. Frank Clark sucks. Randy Gregory. Nick Burrito, don't even need to mention him. Where was Nick Burrito during this joint practice?
Where was he in the 49ers game?
Where was he in the 49ers game?
Where was he in the Cardinals game?
Oh, but we're having a great practice. Where'd we get that one from?
Vance Joseph. Where are we getting that? Oh man, we're stacking up days of training.
Did you see that video I sent you of Zach Stevens saying, "Let Russ cook, let Court eat," and then the next day when it's joint practices, the Rams got the better of the Broncos. I wouldn't say they got manhandled, but they got beat pretty bad. Like, should we the panic button?
Better. The Rams are better.
And they also said that the Rams aren't very talented. Compared to the Broncos, the Rams are the 2007 New England Patriots.
If you're telling me that the fucking Rams kicked our ass, the Broncos are going to really fucking suck. Because the Rams player personnel is not they're in rebuild mode. They don't have the fucking players they used to have, and they're still kicking our ass. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. And they didn't even have Aaron Donald there.
Aaron Donald wasn't there. Oh, and the starting offense scored. You guys got worked in practice by the Rams, just like we said you would. I just wish the Rams had their live feed on. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't have their live feed on.
They're in cahoots with Denver.
They probably got the LA probably sat them down in the room. Hey, you're not going to be showing any clips, but it doesn't matter. We're going to see it on week 1. Doesn't fucking matter. You guys are just delaying the inevitable. We're going to see that you guys suck ass. You guys are making it's the injury excuses. They're going to build in the injury excuses.
We've heard that for 8 years. My God, we heard it last year.
Well, you heard
fans doing YouTube content creators out there that are fucking bitching and moaning. I don't feel sorry for you guys, by the way. I don't. You guys wanted this, and you guys deserve this shit. You want to continue to fucking just, pipe out the gun with fucking Jerry Jeudy and all these fuckers? You want to worship bad players, Bulls and Simmons and McGlinchey and Jewell and Singleton and all these shit players, Sutton and fucking Jeudy? I just...
Yeah.
Never.
Make the injury excuses, but I've been archiving articles, I've been archiving video clips, I've been archiving it all. So when you guys backtrack, move the goalpost,
Which you will do.
Everything you've said in this training camp cycle, all the dumb shit you said, and I'm gonna be, because I'm sick of the shit. You guys sit there and you backtrack. Oh, we don't want Band-Aid fixes. Where was that energy during the draft? Where was that energy during free agency?
Even if they say that sentiment, Bubble Man, they still do it wrong and they still fuck it up. Sean Payton is going to bring a new renewed culture to Denver. I thought he wasn't going to engage in PR.
There's been PR this year than
the bullshit.
There's been more PR. They just didn't allow.
I think here, I don't trust Sean Payton. I don't believe a word that man says because to me, again, he's bought and paid for, like these content creators. He doesn't give a fuck. He's getting a paycheck and he does not give two shits about the Broncos. He is a byproduct of the Saints system. He's a byproduct of Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland, who drafted players that fit his system, and they were a stable organization. And that's to the commenter that commented on your video. Okay? Oh, you want to go back to... Dude, Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland supplied the pipeline for Sean Payton's offense. He brought in players that fit Sean Payton's offense, and they don't miss the fucker. Their offensive line is still elite. Their D-line looks amazing. They have coverage line backing. They have receivers that can get open. They have Derek Carr, who is better than Russell Wilson right now because he fits the system. Oh, but bringing in Jonathan Taylor is going to change the fortunes when I have for your Walmart Generals. For when you have Denver Broncos syndicate saying that, oh my God, he's Alvin Kamara-esque. No, he's not.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And then his film studies, man. He's like, could he? Russell Wilson fucking sucks. I'm just telling you right now. I can't defend the guy. I try my hardest to defend the guy. But
I don't feel sorry for him. He wanted to be traded, and I don't feel sorry. I don't feel a damn. And you know what? If the Colts want to fleece the Denver Broncos, please do. Please do. The Seahawks did it. Why can't the Colts do it?
Please do. I hope it does happen because oh man. And then there's certain individuals out there who are making videos crying about Jerry Jeudy. All right. Yes, injuries. Yeah, the Broncos are unfortunately having some starters go down with injuries.
It still wouldn't have changed a thing.
Still doesn't change anything. Newsflash. You could have a 100% healthy Broncos roster for the course of 17 games. You could do the impossible. You can be immune to injuries, and it wouldn't change a damn thing. Also, injuries, yes, they're part of football. Newsflash. I don't know if you knew that. They're a part of the sport. They're part of the game, which is why it's very imperative. It's very critical that your organization has the scouting department. They have the coaching. They have the vision to develop young players, draft around the team needs, rebuild in the draft, and they have the cap space to bring in free agents that supplement other holes on your team. And you guys don't have any of that. You guys have an offensive line that's dog shit. I can't even talk about depth with you guys because you don't even have a starting unit that's competent. To have depth, it means you have good starters, and then underneath you have some solid player development. But you don't even have starters. You don't even have starters, and you guys thought that you were going to trade for Russell Wilson. This was going to play out like Peyton Manning in 2012. Last time I checked, Peyton Manning came to the best offensive line in football because that's exactly what the 2011 Broncos going into 2012 were. That was a team who was a quarterback away. And the Broncos still fucked it up because they could have developed Tim Tebow under Peyton Manning. They could have developed
They had Pat Mullen, they had Adam Peters, they had a scouting department that they had.
Fans shit on Pat Mullen. They shit and disregard everything Pat Bowlen did because you guys are a bunch of.
You guys want to continue to shit on him? You guys want to continue to shit on one of the greatest owners of all time and Pat Bowlen? You guys want to keep doing that? All right, go get your Walmart money. Tell me in the next 10 years when this team's good again, which it won't be, and when this organization gets a fucking clue, none of these players on the current iteration of the Walmart Generals will be on this fucking team. I will bet you a bottom dollar on that shit. Nobody on this current roster will be on the winning product Denver Broncos. This coaching staff won't. The scouting department won't. Nobody in that organization right now will be associated with a winning Broncos product on the field. And you know what? You guys want to continue to shit on Pat Bowlen? Go right ahead. Because you know what? He's rolling over in his grave, and he took the once great organization of the Denver Broncos with him.
Yep.
So continue to be on his grave.
He should have taken the Lombardi trophies with them too, because you guys have no business being culture, winning product on the field, no bullshit, production, getting shit done, efficiency, something you guys wouldn't know about. You guys had an opportunity to reset with Jim Harbaugh, and you fucked that up.
Dude, you have Bronco people, and you have these Bronco content. Dude, they're like salivating over this new scoreboard for the. Dude, I don't give a fuck about a new scoreboard. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god, man. These fucking fans are dumb, man. Bronco fans are stupid. They're stupid. They have officially taken the Dallas Cowboys as the dumbest fan base, and I'm gonna say it. They've taken the Cowboys fan base over as the dumbest fan base in the league. At least the Cowboys invest in O-line and D-line.
What have the Cowboys been known for the last several fucking years?
PR.
But they've also been known for a great offensive line.
And defensive line.
The line. Something the Broncos haven't known about since 2011. You guys thought that you're going to bring Russell fucking Wilson in. You guys are going to repeat the Peyton Manning years. You guys are so fucking stupid. You guys.
Locke look in Seattle?
How does Locke look in Seattle? He looks pretty damn good to me. He looks like he's gearing up to be the.
Oh, fuck.
I will never forgive this organization for what they did. I will never, ever, ever.
Dude, it doesn't matter. It's not just Locke. It's what they did with Flacco. It's what they did to Scamarilla. It's what they did to Keenum. It's what they did to Lynch. It's what they did to Simeon. It's what they did to all the. Yeah, dude. I don't forget. Dude.
But Locke, Locke's a good kid. He has a head on his shoulders. He's well spoken. Locke is like the ideal guy to have.
Could you imagine what they did to Bridgewater too? Could you imagine what? Could you imagine what it would look like with Scangarello, Munchak, and Locke still here? Dalton Reisner is, stuck to the same system. Noah Fant stuck to the same system. None of this meshing Pat Shurmur bullshit. Could you imagine? Oh man, dude, God.
That's what I'm pissed about, is because they actually had like a promising young nucleus to build around. And they just fucking pissed all over it because LA's a fucking retard. I ain't gonna say that online, but LA's clueless.
Retard. LA's a retard. He's a dumbass. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck.
LA's a fucking moron. He pissed all over it, and also just.
There's no words. I mean, I had to end my fucking film study short because I could not stomach any more of that shit I saw.
We've been trying to defend Russell Wilson this whole time. He fucking sucks.
He sucks.
He can't play pro NFL quarterback. He's a product of Pete Carroll.
He's a product of the Seattle running game.
And then they're like, oh, Drew Brees is watching another Super Bowl winning quarterback. The fucking Seattle Seahawks offense did not have to show up to that fucking game.
It was the defense.
It was the defense and the special team.
Running game.
You take the defense out, you lost that game 29-8. You take the offense out, 29-8. Fucking idiot. Oh my gosh. Russell Wilson had nothing to do with that Super Bowl.
They're stupid. They're stupid. They have no brain cells to connect.
Colin Kaepernick had more to do with the almost Super Bowl win than fucking Russell Wilson had to do with this Seattle Seahawks run. What did he? Hey, Russ had the chance to seal the deal in Seattle against New England. What did he do at the goal line?
He threw a pick.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah, he threw a pick. Yep.
I can't. This team sucks.
Yeah. So this team, what's your predictions for the Rams game? I think they're gonna get their ass.
I think it's the same like we've seen the past 2 weeks. More bullshit.
Yeah, you're gonna see an offense trotting out there, struggling to move the ball. Russ Wilson tucking and running for his life.
I'm gonna ask you this because I want to end this short tonight. But I just want to say this, and then you can finish whatever you have to say. Does it? I've talked to Denver Broncos Mile High View about this, and we both agree. Does it look smooth when they're on the field, or does it look like they're having a hard time even fucking playing offense, defense, and special teams? It looks like it's so fucking hard for these guys to even fucking run a play.
It looks like they're struggling not only to, operate in the huddle.
They're struggling in general.
They struggle to even get their 11-man personnel together. They probably struggled to decide which underwear they're going to wear to the game, to be honest. These guys are so incompetent. They can't even spell a player's name correctly. They probably struggled. You probably have some players like they're wearing the white uniform. They show up in the.
Oh my god,
they're fucking stupid. They're like, all right, guys, we're wearing the white uniforms today. You have like 3 players who show up in the orange uniform. Like, this team is fucking dumb as rocks. You're gonna have players showing up in the Raiders uniform for all we know. They can't do anything right in Denver.
Can the Raiders take Simmons, Bowles, and Russell Wilson, and then whatever?
Yeah, Broncos fucking suck. I don't want to hear any more excuses because that's all you're making. These injuries don't. It has no impact on what was going to happen. You're going to tell me 2 wide receivers are going to decide your fate of your season? Like, you guys are fucking out of your mind.
That's what they do.
And then you have you should have known to get rid of Jerry Jeudy, which Sean Payton was trying to do, but nobody wanted him. Portland Sutton, but nobody wanted him. And then you have KJ Hamler, who's the latest victim of
the clot shot.
But yeah, they suck. They suck. Broncos are gonna struggle to operate at a elementary level against the Rams. They're gonna struggle to operate at an elementary level against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna drop 30 on this team in week 1. That's what the Raiders look like they're doing to me. They look like they're gearing up to kick the shit out of the Broncos.
Oh, great.
Oh, how did the Commanders look this week, by the way?
How'd that D-line look?
Yep.
What have I been saying all offseason?
Yep. So I'm gonna end this off. I'm gonna do the schedule prediction right here. We're gonna look at the Broncos schedule next year. Because I'm gonna go through this schedule and we're gonna see if we're on the same page. Let me get this
all right.
Gotta pull this up real quick.
I'm more excited to see what the Huskers are going to do next week than the Broncos' first game of the season.
All right. So, no, honestly, so week 1, Las Vegas.
We'll lose.
They'll lose that one. Washington, I think they lose that one.
Yep.
Week 3 at Miami, they're going to get beat down in Miami.
Yep.
Week 4 at Chicago.
That's a win.
That's a win. We'll give that to the Broncos. So they're going to be like, what, 1 and 3? New York Jets, week 5.
That'll be an ass kicking.
At Kansas City, ass kicking versus Green Bay. I think the Broncos lose that game.
Green Bay or in Denver?
It's in Denver.
Hmm.
That one's a coin flip.
I'll take Denver.
We'll take Denver. So at this point, they're like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're 2-6 at this point. Versus Kansas City, they get the Kansas City loss. So they're 2-7 at Buffalo.
Loss.
We don't even got. You had me at Buffalo. Okay, so at home against Minnesota, loss.
Yep, loss.
Cleveland, loss. At Houston,
win.
Yeah, I'll give them a win there. That's 50-50 in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston does win that one. At LA,
Chargers?
Yeah, LA Chargers.
Loss.
At Detroit, that's going to be a beat.
Loss.
At home against New England,
loss.
Definitely. I think they'll get their asses beat in that game. At home against the Chargers, we're going to get them split because the Chargers always find a way to fuck it up.
Yep. So.
And then last game of the season, it's going to be at Las Vegas. So maybe loss there. Yeah. So the Broncos win like what? What do we have? Like 4 wins?
4 games.
4 wins. 4 and 3.
Dude, they're going to suck.
Oh man. You guys think they're going to go into Buffalo and win? Are you fucking stupid? My God.
They think that they're going to go to Kansas City and win, dude.
I think there's a chance they lose that Chicago game, and I think there's a chance that they lose that Houston game.
I think them losing that Packers game, but it's in Denver, so I'm going to give them the win on that.
Yeah.
And the Packers are rebuilding, so that's why I choose them in Denver.
Yeah. No, I think
they might not even win a fucking game.
I mean, the Commanders, yeah. Yeah, so they're going to start off the season like what, 1-1. Yeah, no, the Broncos are in for.
The Broncos are going to lose to the Commanders, man. Dude, Commanders look fucking good.
Yep, they're going to lose to the Raiders. They're going to lose to Commanders. They're definitely losing to Miami at 11 a.m. in Miami. No way. Chicago. Yeah, no. I think it's 50-50 with the Bears. I think that one's 50-50 since it's in Chicago. And I also think that the Houston, those are 2 very losable games. Like, I mean, we could be seeing a 2-win season. I think if the Chargers play up to their par, it could be a one-win season. Like, if they actually play football against the Broncos, that's a big if because they every year find a way to lose to Denver once a year. But if they actually play like the Phillip Rivers-esque Chargers, they'll shit on the Broncos. But yeah, 4 wins. Realistic. Worst case scenario, 1 to 2 wins. Best case scenario, maybe they prove me wrong and beat a Minnesota. They're not beating Minnesota. Maybe they pull one out against Cleveland. Maybe they pull one out against.
Not against that defense and offensive line.
I can't even say they beat anyone else on this team, on the schedule. I'm trying really hard to reach for the stars, and I just can't realistically see it. I can't, like, when I'm like Denver at Chicago, I'm like, that's going to be a close game. Like, it could be anybody's game. When I'm like Denver at Houston, that could be anybody's game.
Yeah, Denver winning that game in Chicago because Chicago's still,
I mean, they're lucky. They got lucky and got 3 rebuilding organizations with the Bears, the Packers, and the Texans. The 3 teams that they could beat probably they got on their schedule this year, so they get a 3-game spot. But I'm glad those games aren't clustered at the beginning of the year like they were in 21, where they started 3-0 or whatever, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, the Broncos look so great," and then they wet the bed for the rest of the year. I'm glad these are spread out. First 3 games are going to be tough ones. I'm looking at an 0-3 start. You guys fucking.
Yep, I see it too.
But I mean, we have nothing else to add. The Broncos suck. I don't hate the Broncos. I'm realistic about the Broncos. If you want people who are going to sell you the truth, come here. If you want people who are going to sell you the clot shot, sell you the fake, go to the paid for bot sponsored.
Yeah, Denver Broncos Syndicate. He'll tell you all you need to know. So,
but we got nothing else to add because there's nothing else to say. Like.
Alrighty.
All right.
Take care.